Let's go over a quick recap, a very small recap of where we left the crew of the Actium at the end of last season. At the end of last
If you want
season,
a full recap, watch last week's
stream. Last week's stream, which should be on YouTube, soon, has a full recap of kind of like all of the situations. But last we left the crew, they had taken a job from their mysterious benefactor Benji, who worked for the Culpepper Corporation, to retrieve a package from a ship, and they were going to have to forcibly take it. They thought something was suspicious. They had several messages saying that something was off, so they decided to negotiate with the ship. Found out that they were being tailed by a Martian destroyer. They gave up, and as a result, ended up with surviving an attack by a stealth cruiser they did not see, or stealth ship they did not see. They were managed to disable the stealth ship and kind of figure out that the stealth ship was in fact sent by the Culpepper Corporation and Benji to kill them all. Unfortunately, Cass was caught in a crossfire and nearly killed in this time, and so he is currently in critical condition. But let's begin with the right scene. Scene opens on Luna. We pull into a busy corridor lined with bars and nightclubs. Finely dressed young men and women saunter about, laughing and carrying on. These are the offspring of Earth's most powerful leaders. Inside this mass of useful revelry stands two well-dressed figures, clean-cut hair, stern eyes, and relaxed but aware stances. One man turns to the other and asks, "Hey, Cass, what are your plans to do after this trip? The old man said we're going to give us an entire week after this."
Just gonna chill at this point. Things have been kind of crazy following this kid around.
Yeah. My sister's finally drumming out.
Well, that's good to hear. She did her time. What are her plans afterwards? If you know, and if not, whatever.
I don't know. I think she wants to set up a hairdresser or something like that. She has always been up to that. I don't know why she even joined the Navy, but getting off of basics is the important part. I'll just be glad I'm not babysitting anymore. This is the most boring job I've ever done. Now, as this is finishing up, the cast notices a shifty-looking man coming from behind the club they were standing in front of. He is gaunt and slim. He has the telltale marks of a belter. He wears a uniform of a janitor, but seems nervous and is trying to act natural when he leaves. In his hand, he's fidgeting with something suspicious that Cass can't quite see.
Hey, keep an eye on the kid. I'd go look into something.
Yeah, sure. Go, cool. So as Cass gets closer to the man in the uniform, he locks eyes with him, and the man seems to panic, causing Cass to lunge forward and grab the man.
Hey, what the hell are you doing?
Just as he shouts, an explosion rips through the club behind him, sending Cass flying against the nearby corridor, and then blackness. As Cass opens up his eyes, he finds himself back on the Actium in the med bay with Mark standing over him.
Not again.
Hey. How you feeling, buddy?
Like I got hit by a truck made of bullets.
Kinda did. Surprised you're still here.
Well, we all have to bear our burdens. Oh.
You might want to rest some. Still more healing to be done.
Yeah, I'm a little lightheaded.
Probably need a drink.
Oh.
As you guys are hanging out there, the in walks Cortez. He's out of his power armor. He kind of walks in, looks over at Cass, and looks over at you, Mark, and goes, "Earther, okay?"
Define okay.
Well, he took a lot of bullets, and it wasn't exactly like he was wearing power armor. Is he breathing in and out?
Somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm breathing. Everything else you're gonna have to get back to me on.
Oh.
Moving is not.
Well, I figured y'all should know I'm going to go up to talk to the captain real quickly, but we managed to grab some prisoners alive. So if you guys want to talk with them, they're down in the cargo bay right now. I think you got a couple guys pointing guns at them, keep them there.
Oh, all right. And Cass regardless of all of the tubes and stuff, he tries to sit up.
Yeah. Yep. Nope. That's enough. That doc is just like, nope.
Okay. Captain, take
I'm
care
gonna make you sign a release if you're gonna keep fighting this, because I'm not responsible. You bleed out all over the ship.
Oh, just make sure you have a mop ready. Oh.
I'm not the one that mops the fucking floors.
Who does? That's the good question. Who does mop the floors on the Actium?
Don't ask these questions.
We'll cut back to Cortez. Goes up to the front of the ship. Sloan, you're there monitoring transmissions in and out. It's been a couple hours since the attack, and you've been getting lots of feeds about the combat that's been going on around Ganymede. And Lieutenant Liban is up there with you, kind of listening in on the conversations. And he turns to you and goes, "Sounds like we're winning, but why would the Earthers just start attacking? It's Ganymede. It's the bread of the belt."
Who knows why all these people fight each other all the time? It's stupid.
Cortez walks up and says, "Lieutenant, Captain, just letting you know, we have a couple of prisoners in the cargo bay."
From the stealth ship?
Yep.
Excellent. Too bad Cass is down and out right now. He'd be perfect for that job.
I meant to ask, there's only 3 of you. How were you able to pilot this thing?
What do you mean?
Just, I've seen Cass, Mark, and you. That's all I've seen.
There's someone else, and he's probably hiding.
You have another one? You know where he's hiding? I don't want my guys to just shoot him on accident.
Probably in the cargo hold.
Okay, well, I'll go tell them because they're going to shoot him if he comes out. You want to come with me and talk with these guys, or do you want to do it on your
absolutely. I'll go down with you guys.
So you guys climb down the. It's 0G, so it's mostly floating unless you're using the legs. Are you floating? Or are you using your mag boots?
She'll float, but just very she's obviously grabbing onto stuff and things like that.
Give me a free fall check, but it's difficulty's 5. So
it's Constitution, right?
Yeah.
I believe it's
that.
Dexterity, I think.
Dexterity.
Oh, thanks. Dexterity. Trying to find. There it goes. Okay. It's a mystery. It's a secret. Thanks.
It's not a secret. It's 5.
Oh, well.
But
whatever.
7. Okay, you're fine. So you're able to easily kind of maneuver your way down. You've been in 0G long enough that you do this. Cortez makes it look super easy. He's just left, right. He's Martian Marines. They train at 1G, and they're experts at 0G. They're just
they run the Ender's Game module. No,
all the time. So you get down to the cargo bay, and when you arrive in the cargo bay, you see 2 Martian Navy guys with assault rifles pointing it at the crew. There's a bunch of people who have their heads behind their back. They all look like belters. There's a couple Martians mixed into there, it seems like, or at least inners. They may be Martians, they may be Earthers, but most of them seem to be belters. And when you get down there, we'll cut to Jata real quickly. Jata, you've been hiding in this food box for the last several hours. An entire fight has broken out. You've been jostled back and forth into the food box while this has been happening.
Not the most comfortable place to eat, yes.
You've been hearing movement. You kind of hear muffled, like, "Get over there on the wall. Just stand there. We'll go talk to the captain." The last thing you remember, you started hiding because the Martians were boarding the ship. So you have no idea what's going on outside. I think Cass sent you a message saying you're free to come out, but you didn't come out. So
I'm staying inside.
give me a let's see, what is that?
A stealth eating check. Can we hear
stealth
him
eating
crunching?
check. It's a dexterity check. Stealth. Give me a stealth check.
All right, so I just double click on dexterity,
Double click on dexterity, and then but there's no there's mystery.
No modifiers.
Yeah.
Unless you have there's no modifiers. So
Target number.
There's no target number, right?
Okay.
Secrets.
Secret applied.
Okay, did it roll?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
6. Okay.
So
you managed to keep yourself pretty quiet, but the second this was moving in the cargo bay, you like someone says is like, "Hey you," and you for some reason you just blank out and you just go, "What?" Boom, and you like pop your head against the top of the crate just out of surprise, and then someone goes, "Is that a bang?" I think it's a bang. And you walk over, and then there's like the door, like the top of the crate slowly gets pushed off, and there's a gun that finally puts down, and there's a guy down there goes, "Hey, who the fuck are you?" He kind of like shakes his gun at you as you're
That
eating
is
food.
Jata.
This is before you're down there.
Sorry.
But as you come down, you see like a bunch of Martian Navy guys pointing their guns into the crate, going, "Who are you? Who are you? Talk to me. Tell me who you are."
what they see,
Go ahead.
what they see is a slightly taller. I mean, a belter, a guy belter frame, kind of like laying back on the I guess all the food stuff, the dried, the perishables, the wrappers and stuff. There's several wrappers all around him. Is through his spacesuit, you can almost kind of see like a protruding belly, and like his helmet is, because it's one of those ones that go on and they twist.
Yeah.
It's like half on, and there he's like trying to shove more food through the helmet, and he's just like, "Oh yeah,
So
how's it going?"
What do you say, Sloan?
That is our resident Jata. Don't worry about him. Just let him stay in the crate if he wants. I don't care.
The Martians like kind of look at each other and look at you and look at Cortez, and Cortez just goes, and they're like, "All right," and they put their guns away and kind of put back on the guys in there.
He'll come out when he's ready.
Let me finish this bar.
Is this like the groundhog in February?
Yeah.
You see your
If
shadow?
Jata sees the shadow, it's 14 more days of war.
It's spring. It's space spring.
So what do you do, Sloan? You've got there's about 6 people left in front of them. All various attire. They're all kind of, some of them are bound, some of them have their hands behind their head. They're just kind of sitting there.
First, I kind of try to assess if you said there were like maybe a couple Martians in there. If either of them like
The inners
looks
at least.
familiar.
Give me a communication check or investigation if you have investigation.
Oh yeah, investigate. Well, I mean, I don't have investigation,
But yeah, it's harder. It's easier if you have investigation, harder if you don't. So give me a communications check.
okay. It's a mystery. Secrets.
Yeah, you recognize one or two of them, but not like that you know of. But you've seen
Like,
their
I don't personally-
faces before.
yeah,
You've
yeah,
seen
I've
their
seen
faces
them.
before, and one of them you're really certain is a someone you've seen. Had been heard before, who was a pirate. Someone who was former Martian military. It was a big to-do that he was found out. They found out he was a pirate and he had to leave the planet and everything like that. He's been on the run for a while.
I've probably seen like his wanted poster or something.
Yeah, you've seen his wanted poster. You remember it very keenly because like you remember seeing it. And you remember Gunnar talking about how he's a traitor and he needs to come back. And it was like one of those moments where you just like you remember because you were there with Gunnar and he was talking about it. And Gunnar was just like a lieutenant in the Martian Navy. So
maybe. Yeah, so I'm going to just kind of look at the whole lot of them after I kind of narrow my gaze in on the Martians for a second. And then she's just gonna say, well, ladies, gentlemen, if you could explain why the hell you took out a destroyer as well as a pirate ship, that would be very helpful. And if you do not want to answer such questions, I'm sure that Cortez here wouldn't mind helping make sure that you find those answers in your heart.
He just turns to the other guys and goes, he turns to the Navy guys and says, she's saying I'm going to space them. And he looks back at him and says, I will space every one of you. I don't care. You killed a lot of my friends today. A lot of their friends. As far as I'm concerned, we just space you and forget about it. But I want to know why you did it. And my captain here also wants to know why you did it. So give me a persuasion check for that there.
Yeah. Thankfully, I got good persuasion.
You actually have persuasion, so you're pretty good on that one.
Yeah, I should.
Hey, it's what you needed. Actually, you had stunt points for that communications check. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I did.
You had 4 stunt points.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll look about that. We'll work with it.
I can always table them if I need them later. So.
No, you can't. Once the roll is over with, you can't table them.
Oh, you can't use them in the scene itself. Okay.
Yeah, you have to. It's once your turn is over with. Once your roll is over with, if you don't use them, they're gone. The only difference is that it's space combat. In space combat, you can table. The captain can table stunt.
Right. That's probably why I got confused. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, we're good. I'm not gonna retcon and use it. Like, it's just fine.
It's fine. The guy who you're looking at, you've been like focusing on the pirate. He just kind of like is silent, but then like one of the belters kind of walks forward and goes, all I know his name was Benji. He offered job, a lot of money. We had a lot of cred.
All right. Okay, so you were hired to do it. That's fair. I can understand that. But do you have any idea as to what Benji's motivations were to take us out specifically? Or was it just you were told you were like a dog. You were told to sit and you went and sat. You were told to go attack. You attacked. Was it that situation, or did you have any clue as to the reasons why?
This is where I'm going to introduce our new character and let him decide if he wants to make step up and say something. In the group of Belters and Martians is one character in particular. Highland, you've seen this captain. Looks like she's son of Martians. You got a lot of Martians around you. And she's asking about Benji, the guy who hired the crew.
Do I know Benji?
Do I?
Yeah, if you're part of the crew, yeah, you saw him when he hired you. The whole crew was there when they hired you. And you're pretty sure that, like, if she doesn't get answers, the other Martians are going to start spacing everybody.
Am I in a cell?
No, you're in the cargo bay with some of the other crew members.
You're handcuffed, basically, on the floor.
Basically.
I think he stays silent.
Stay silent? Okay.
Yeah.
Watching, because all Belters know each other, watching from like the cargo container that I'm like currently having breakfast, lunch, and dinner on. Do I recognize anybody? Like, because Jatana doesn't know anything about like what just happened. Like,
yeah, you do recognize Highland a little bit. You've seen him before. You can't quite place it, but you've seen him before.
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna stay silent as well and start like googling him on my on your
terminal.
on my hand terminal. Yeah.
Terminal. All right, give me I guess you can do investigation. We can do research check. It's research. Yeah.
So
research. It's intelligence.
Intelligence. I don't have research. I have cryptography, security, and technology.
Give me a technology check. This would be
Okay.
technology, I think.
Okay, boss man.
Okay, yeah, that's what you needed. Based off your just quick research, you remember him as part of a crew that you used to run with back when you were younger, when you were first in the OPA. He wasn't OPA as far as you know, but he was part of a crew that did exist, that you did run with. So you have some kind of commonalities. You didn't know him very well, but you've seen him before and on jobs, kind of thing.
Okay, I continue watching.
Highland, you see the same thing. You recognize Jata pretty quickly because one of the captain, one of your former captains, he was this young guy who came in just out of nowhere. It was apparently some whiz kid, and you were all the crew was fairly certain he was OPA, but because the captain, your former captain, had connections with the OPA, but you don't know exactly if that's like you know who he is, but you don't know why he's here or what his purpose is here.
You know who he is, but not why he is.
Yes.
All right. I know. I like the idea of him, but all right. Okay. Cool.
Okay. So, no one is responding about any details about Benji.
Okay. So she just kind of takes a second. She's got like her hands clasped behind her back. She kind of taps her foot. Looks like she's thinking about something for a minute. And then she kind of looks back to all of them and says, here's the deal. I'm going to come up front with each of you right now. Benji was our employer. So, like you, we worked for Benji. Loyalty to Benji, obviously, is not necessarily a permanent fixture. So, you can either help us, and in return, we can all deal with Benji and kill that sad sack of shit together.
Sloan.
Oh no.
Oh no, we lost her.
She
We
died.
lost her.
She phased out.
What happened, man? She was talking and then she died.
We'll wait for her to come
I'm
back.
sorry
in a
I hit the
second.
teleporter.
It was such a good speech too. Oh,
It was so good.
I'm going to take this
Hey, guy.
opportunity to turn on my air conditioner.
you're back. I think I heard you there for a second there, Buster.
She's still giving the speech, Paul.
Yeah.
Like,
I heard. I heard.
she's
her
completely offline, still
On mute.
going.
Yeah.
I just connected on my phone. I just had a power drop.
Oh,
in the
okay.
house. I'm
Yeah.
turning everything back on. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Okay, everything's
Move
back
to
on. That's
another
fine.
scene, please.
That's okay.
We'll get back. We'll get back.
Yeah, we'll deal with the camera situation here in a second. But
Montage. Yeah.
yeah, it's
For a moment,
it-
as she's monologuing.
Oh
It's
my
okay.
god, what's happened to my face?
it's okay because it as tradition. It's not an Expanse Actium unless something technically goes wrong at some point in the show. It's a
It
tradition. this
sounded
one.
like a TV effects, like electricity, like
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was nuts. Yeah.
It makes no sense. It literally everything was fine, and then suddenly
The power hiccup.
everything went dark. Yeah, it's just a power hiccup. So I'll be right.
Okay. So let's cut back to Mark, who's kind of there. Mark, you, for those of you who are listening on the podcast, we just lost Sloan. So it's all of the cameras are misaligned right now. Mark, you are you've made it back up to the front to the bridge while everyone else is going on, just because you don't like being away from the bridge for too long. And there you see a wave, like a tight beam has come in towards you guys,
Yeah.
which is odd because no one knows you're supposed to be there, kind of thing.
Can I passively answer that just to listen without broadcasting
yes.
back?
Give me a tech check, because like there'll be like a message received sort of situation.
What would that be? Communication then?
You can do communications, yeah, or intelligence is intelligence.
Intelligence, I would much rather do.
Yeah.
Ah, there it is. Oh. Work. Didn't see that roll.
I didn't see it pop up either.
Same.
Do it again. Met.
Secrets.
It'll ask you for the modifiers and the results and stuff like that. So make sure you pop that up as well.
I did.
Yeah.
It pops up in the box. It says input additional modifiers. I leave it at 0 and hit submit.
And there should be another
target number.
Target number. Yeah.
Secret. Submit. And nothing has happened. Let me refresh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna refresh roll 20.
Technical difficulties.
These technical difficulties.
Don't look now, but it's technical difficulties
All
again.
right, refresh.
So, Mythmatic, how are you enjoying your debut session so far?
So far, so good. So far, so good.
It's
I'm
not
excited to like
rolling.
respond to the monologue, but I'd like to finish the monologue.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, I have something.
Well,
It's
yeah, it's hard
not
to respond to
rolling
a
at all for
monologue
me.
when halfway through the monologue the person speaking freezes
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's out of
and
existence.
Try-
disappears.
Okay, just do a slash roll. Just shoot slash R space 3d6, whatever your modifier is, which is what is your
3d6
intelligence?
plus 3.
Yeah, plus 3. Just do that one. There we
You
go.
get 3 stunt points.
14. And you got 3 stunt points. Yeah. So
Ooh, hold on. Let me look at communication stunt.
yeah, I'd also look at investigation stunts. So those probably
Okay.
would help a little bit too, just because you're trying to cover your tracks a little bit, and I think there's a couple in there that are like that, cover your tracks. Like infiltration.
There's one called Cover Your Tracks.
Literally
And
called cover your tracks, and it's exactly 3, which is whether you're hacking into a network, evading the cops, or infiltrating military base. You impose a -2 on all future rolls to follow the trail you led to this test. And now all of them came through. All 4 of those rolls came through.
Perfect.
I should have had
20.
8 stunt points. No. So yeah, just let's do that one then. The cover your tracks. That's under infiltration, right?
Yeah, it's under infiltration. Okay, so you think you're pretty good at you pretty much covered your own tracks a little bit. Let me fix the cameras real quickly for this. But because you're not Buster, you're not HP either.
Yeah,
What the heck am I
so
doing?
sorry about that again, guys.
It's all right.
I'm invisible. Hi.
No.
Okay, Dr. Dicker Smarts.
So we have so you're able to, you think you're able to keep it on the DL when you accept it. You don't think anyone would find that you've accepted this, but it's a text, and this wave is specifically from Wendell, if you remember Wendell from Ganymede.
Yeah, for sure.
It's very brief. It says, Actium, this is Wendell, need evac ASAP. It's gone to hell down here.
Okay.
Essentially
I'm
calling,
going to-
he ends up with calling in those favors.
Yeah. Cashing in my chips on this one.
Yeah.
Shit. Gap.
All right, let's go back to your monologue there.
Yeah, so she kind of, I think I was leaving off like something about like, let's, obviously loyalty loyalty to Benji is not a permanent fixture. It is fleeting. And
what
why
makes
not?
it fleeting?
Well, because he hired you to kill us.
Really?
And
The
wait,
word there is hired, which he did you, correct?
yes, all parties in this room except for these. And she refers to the Martians near her. She's like, this ship and yourselves. It sounds like we were all hired by Benji, but for some reason Benji felt it necessary to kill us when we were doing things for him.
Whoa, wait. Benji did what? Jitad like jumps off the cargo thing.
While
exactly
you were
happened?
eating in the cargo hold.
Preserving myself.
Long story short, these people right here were aboard a stealth ship that attacked both, that took out both the destroyer that was sent a runabout to board us, as well as that pirate ship that we dealt with just before. We were the only ones who powered down. And that is probably and because they boarded us while we were powered down, that is what saved not only us, but also these Martians now aboard our ship. While you were in the cargo box.
Preserving myself.
Of course.
Well,
But-
speaking of preservation and self-motivation and also loyalties to one and another, especially Benji, and the fleeting loyalty of economics of one who's in the void, what is to say we don't come to an agreement?
The other belters and like the two Martians who are there, who are in they look at you, Highland, and they look back at Sloan and look back at you and go, "Are you nuts?"
I'm always willing to make deals. Name your terms, and maybe we can work something out.
Well, you said it yourself that you've been paid by Benji, and your loyalty is lacking as of late, but so is your paycheck. I am of the same. I am also a survivor. I may be nuts, but it keeps me alive.
The
What
other
do you
ones,
do?
one of the other ones, shut up, Highland. You
Cortez.
keep saying that you know Benji's gonna kill us all.
Well, why not all of us band together to deal with Benji?
I'm not about to backstab him. You don't know his resources. This is the one who is the wanted pirate, the one you know specifically.
Ooh.
And you clearly don't know me. Mr. Cortez, would you mind showing this, I assume it's a gentleman, would you mind showing this gentleman the extent of my mercy when it comes to somebody who doesn't want to play ball?
Okay. He looks at you, he looks at the guy, he looks at you, and he kind of looks at you, he's like, "You know who that is, right?"
Should I care?
Okay, I just want to make sure you know, because this is going to be fun. And he walks up, big old smile on his face. This man is huge. He's like 6'8" kind of thing. He has to crunch a little bit in the cargo bay almost because it. Like,
And he knows I mean like the one speaking up, not actually like
the one speaking up. The one
I don't want to
speaking
get
up
like
who-
myths to get kicked in the teeth or something. Not yet.
He grabs the guy who the former Martian Navy guy, and then just drags him. He can't even stop him. He's just like, what? Wait! And Cortez opens up one side of the airlock in the cargo bay, throws him in, and then closes it behind him.
Now, and then I make sure Cortez doesn't let him loose from the airlock. Who else wants to join him in the airlock? Anybody? Anybody willing to go fall on the sword for a son of a bitch like Benji?
Most of them are silent, though. A couple speak up and say, I'm not going to backstab Benji, man, but I'm not going to argue with you."
Fair enough.
I must bring up the point and the concern of if you are to take away the person who is paying, then where will you get your money?
I can find another job. But if I backstab Benji, I cannot find my life.
Well, well, I'm talking here.
Yeah.
If we are to get rid of Benji, if that's we are to band together like the Merrymen and then go and fight the big bad Benji, right? Who will then pay us after that? Huh?
You're talking to.
I'm talking to the room.
Yeah.
There are other ways to make money and other people to make money with. But killing Benji is something that has to happen today or tomorrow or next week. What Benji doesn't know is you are sitting here with me right now. So there is opportunity to play both sides. And not let Benji know. A double agent situation, if you will. So, what is your name? And she looks at Highland.
Werner Highland.
About the time she'd hear me yelling Cap.
Yeah, over the comms. As you say that, he says Werner Highland. You hear over the comms, Cap.
Simultaneously, you feel the ship turning.
Not
not hard turn, but you notice.
Yeah, just feel moving. The movement. Yeah. I say, yes, Mark.
We've got a message you'll want to hear. I know them all here.
You listen, you send it down there for everyone to hear?
No,
he wants me to hear it without them. And I just look at the group of them and I say, if you'll excuse me for a moment, but this is a good opportunity for you all to talk amongst yourselves and perhaps think this out a little bit amongst each other. Talk amongst yourselves. It's like butter. And then she runs off.
I start us moving. By the way, at let's go to 0.1.
And then
0.1
I disappear. Go ahead.
Jita starts posturing as well. It's like, yeah, you got some thinking to do about. Benji isn't the only cold pepper around here you have to worry about. And then he kind of floats out as well.
Yeah. As you're floating, you all feel like there's just a tiny bit of pull of gravity as the engines kick up and you just start kind of lean a little bit down a little bit. You can now kind of walk a little bit, but it's mostly still floating, but you can kind of
solo
propel yourself
bouncy,
yeah.
Having heard the loudspeaker announcement, by the way, Cass is going to try and force himself out of bed again because he.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Okay. Wrong mouse.
With a negative a million modifier right now.
Strength or Constitution?
Strength to get out because you were strapped in.
Okay, right.
Because hard G burns, you need to be strapped in, especially in a doctor's bay. Okay, so you do a pretty good job of pressing against it, but as you do, you hear all this woo woo woo, like all these alarms are going off, like whip 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 whip, like as you're trying to pull yourself out, and there's like a voice over the speaker. It's like, it is inadvisable to leave your current situation. It is inadvisable to leave your current situation.
Stop. Just stop.
He just keeps trying.
Okay, give me one other strength check.
It's not gonna go well for him, but this is Cass doesn't do well just laying in a hospital bed after the last time he spent weeks in a hospital bed.
Yeah.
Quit playing Bullet Man.
And you have stunt points if you guys want to use them.
I don't know if there's any stunt that allows me to just soldier through an injury.
There may be actually.
I mean,
under combat stunts or something like that.
Yeah, there's general combat stunts. I mean, I could make an argument for using the adrenaline rush stunt, which is supposed to give me back fortune.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could, and we could all play that out with the adrenaline rush too. Is that makes a little sense for the role play? So the adrenaline rush, which is
it's the very first stunt.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you want to use all 4 stunt points into that one, or
I can only use 3 on that.
Yeah, so you get 3 fortune points back, but
to throw it out there is one called Bravery. Best bolsters your courage, getting you a 1d6 extra toughness against the next damaging hazard you encounter.
That could work. Is that under?
Yeah, I'll spend the 4th point on that.
Okay.
Infiltrate.
That was under infiltration stunts, but it seems like it's applicable to a situation.
Yeah. Okay. So give me a d6 roll, and that'll add to your toughness.
Okay.
I
Those of you who don't know, if you
his
roll,
busted ass is trying to infiltrate the rest of the ship against its will.
one. So you got
So I add 1 point to my toughness.
Yes. So you are able to pull yourself out of the auto dock. You kind of rip the arm cuff off and like pull some of the sensors off.
Bash the touch screen until the alarm shut off. I'm like,
Yes. And you are really, really weak. Give me a Constitution check because you're moving under even the barest gravity. You feel like bricks.
Say alarms are ringing through.
Just in the med bay. There
In
was
the med bay.
Well, I would be monitoring.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say like at this point.
So
Mark, you hear and you see the live feed of him ripping
you're
himself
gonna
out
pass
of it.
me on my way down, and on your way up, and I say, "It's on my terminal, and I'm gonna kill this motherfucker." And I just run for med bay.
Yeah, I just follow you into the med bay because I figure I can take the message in there anyway.
You walk into the med. You both walk into the med bay, and Cass is almost doubled over, like leaning against the wall, like trying to move.
Cass, sweetie, stay in bed. You're gonna die.
if I'm lucky. Give me some fucking pain meds.
Yeah, everything hurts now because you had pain
Which
meds
bottle
on
do
the
you
auto dock, and not anymore.
Mark, get him back into bed. Here, Cass,
Yeah,
make yourself feel
we put him
useful
on
by
bed.
listening to this message with me.
And then I give him the cocktail we served the kid.
Okay. Oh God!
Seeing you approach me with a thing, I do try and like bat it away. I'm like, no, I need to be sharp right now.
It's just painkillers. Relax.
I want to be sedated.
Can I make an intuition check to tell that he's lying?
Yes, give me that. You were there because Billy's like right next to you. You know, the kid you captured. You can tell he's lying. Oh no, never mind. You're
What do
trying
I
to
roll
lie.
the-
I will give you
Communication deception is
communication
marked.
deception.
I have no deception, but
So communication.
You got it. Hold
Yeah.
on. Let's see if I can actually roll today.
For those of us who weren't there, what did the cocktail consist of?
Basically,
It's just a.
Go
It's
ahead.
just to go into
Anything
a
you can
coma
think
for
of
a
to
while,
make somebody
sir.
unconscious.
Okay.
long-term coma
Yeah, I think I've
kind
got
of
that.
situation. Yeah.
Basically, it's a distilled mallet.
Liquid mallet.
It's good stuff.
So yeah, as he's approaching me and says it's just painkiller, I'm
It's
like, don't
just
give me that bullshit.
painkillers.
Don't give me
He
that
put- he-
bullshit, Mark. I recognize the vial.
He pulls out the needle and is a little too happy when he puts it in. He's like, it's just painkillers. It's not going to knock you out for a long time. And you're just like, no.
No.
I've done the whole invalid stuck to a hospital bed thing. I'll be fine.
Yes, yes, you will, and this will make sure of it.
Now, what the hell's this message? And he's just like,
Okay.
or
guys can-
trying to like,
You can pull up on the wall monitors the message if you want. So there's Sloan.
Yeah, and so it's just Wendell just saying, "Hey, evac, please."
It's text. It's from Wendell. It says, you know, everything's gone to hell. I need evac. I'm calling in all my favors.
Okay, is it implying he wants just a personal evac for himself, or like a small group of people, or like as many as he can get?
It doesn't say.
It doesn't
just
really
says-
say. It's just
doesn't really say.
evac. Need evac.
Evac.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just look at Mark and I'm like, of course we'll take care of Wendell and whoever he needs to bring along.
We're already in motion, Cap.
What's our
on.
timetable? I mean, oh man.
You guys have about 3 days to get to Ganymede from this burn. In the meantime, we're going to cut down to the cargo bay. Jata, you're already out of the cargo bay, right? You left.
No, I didn't go. I didn't follow them.
He was just copping, dude.
Yeah, I'm just like
leaned against a wall somewhere.
Yeah. So like the other kind of the other crew members of yours, they're Highlander coming up to you and they're like don't betray Benji. You do that. I've heard of this man. People don't live very long who betray him.
Oh, look at me. I'm Benji and I got cold peppers. Man up.
I look at them in the eye and I go, "You know where I'm from? You know my background? No. You don't. Because I've left many of you before. Because I'm nuts. And I'm a survivor."
Won't survive Benji. We have to get out of here, but if we work together, we might be able to overpower. As one of them says, one of the Navy guys comes up and just like backhands him with one of the rifles to his face and just sends him like skidding across the low gravity in the cargo bay. He goes, "Shut the fuck up about taking us on. There's more of us than you. Ask your friends back at the ship how that handled. Cortez is worth every one of us put together." Cortez turns back around and kind of flexes a little bit. He's like, "And that's me, and that's me without the power armor."
What is in the room? What is there around? Do we have our stuff? Are there any weapons around? Mainly the question there.
Your stuff is on the other side of the cargo bay, kind of latched against the wall. Okay. All of you guys' stuff, some weapons and stuff like that. But it's around you is just crates. You don't know what's inside the crates, but just crates.
How many crewmates are with me?
About 4 left. You and 4 other members.
There's one, and there's a 5th in the airlock.
In the airlock, yeah.
Okay.
Jita turns to Highland and he goes, "Oi, Beratna, survivor. You want to survive? You stick with us, yeah? To which means you understand."
Yeah. As I frantically look up, yeah, he goes. I think he just gives a nod, and he looks back at the crew.
They kind of shake their head.
And the crew consists of about other Belters or Martians, or
there's one other Martian. There's one in the 5th one is in the airlock. He was kind of like the XO of the ship. The captain's dead. There's a couple of other Belters and one other Martian who it's up to you how long you've been with this crew, but you can be there's just one mission or several of them. But most of them have kept to themselves for most of this time.
I think he takes a moment and he looks, and maybe there's a moment of recognition when he looks at Jata, and then he looks at his crew, and he looks back solemnly at Jata and goes, "We'll take the airlock."
That's all me saying, Bratna. You do you.
While this is happening, while you guys are doing this, one of the other guys who wasn't handcuffed, because some of them were handcuffed, some like you're handcuffed, the other one, he runs up and rushes at one of the Martians to try to grab the gun. And another Martian, like puts his gun up and tries to like points it at the other guy. And another crew member jumps up and tries to grab the gun. So like 2 of your crew members are struggling with the 2 Martian Navy guys in there with their weapons. And for a split second, you look over and you see Cortez looking at you and the rest of them, but he's not moved yet.
I'm still handcuffed.
Yeah.
My hands behind my back?
Yeah, they're behind your back.
Oof.
I go, hey, over here. Me no big talker, but look at this hand terminal here, you see. I press this button. button. Oh, accent went funny.
It's okay. That's a funny accent.
Me press this button and your friends go outside.
Give me a communications check.
Communications check. Again, Jita doesn't talk much. I got deception. And I could do, but it's not rigged to actually open the airlock.
Okay,
because,
deception.
Yeah.
Give me
All right.
deception then.
He like holds up the photo or the profile of Highland still. The Google
Get
search.
some stunt points.
Stunt points. Do I have like a stunt for like really good lying person?
There are a couple in there. There's like read the room and
Yeah,
attitude
social
stunts. Yeah, the social stunts are the attitude stunts. We're looking for attitude stunts because right now they're hostile, and some of them are some of them are hostile, but the rest of them are they're all like one step above hot. They're hostile. They're not neutral anymore at this point. So you could like bring them down back to neutral to try to get them away from trying to attack these Martian sailors.
Right. I'd like to do that. And how many stunt points do I have? I've only got 2, right?
Yeah, you have 2 stunt points.
Okay. Then sure, I'll spend 1 in that, and then could I also spend 1 stunt point in flashback? Maybe I can get more information about like Highland that way.
Okay.
Flashback, 1 stunt point, investigate. GM reminds you about some info you forgot.
Okay, so essentially, you know that Highland has always been a survivor. He was part of the crew. You heard about his previous times. It was all whispers. But every crew he's been with, he's always survived it. Now, sometimes the entire crew may have been killed except for Highland. He's always come out on top.
Is that to say that he's suspicious?
Not necessarily suspicious. It's just some people spoke with it in reverence. Some people were concerned that maybe he was selling selling them out. It was not 100%. Everyone in the in the organizations that you've been part of, like when you're part of that, you were both in the same organization. They were very. It was mystery. It's like a mystery, part mystery,
Right.
part suspicion, depending on who you talk to. The leaders spoke on it with respect. It's like, hey, he's a survivor. He knows how to get out. He's a belter. You know, the best of the belter. Like no matter what happens, he keeps surviving. He keeps ticking.
Okay. So I'm just there with my hand terminal going, I'll do it, Sabakawala, I'll do it, asshole.
Some of them seem to back down a little bit. But go ahead and give me a I want to say sense motive. That's the wrong one. Called Werner.
Perception.
Yeah, Highland. Give me a intuition check.
What are my handcuffs like?
They're like zip ties,
While I'm okay.
plastic zip ties.
I'm frantically trying to figure out how I could get out of this stuff.
Yeah,
What am I doing? Sorry, I'm giving you an intuition.
yeah, intuition check. If you don't have
Perception, intuition.
then just give me perception.
First roll ever. Here it comes.
14, not bad. So yeah, you're able to tell right off the bat that he's bluffing. The Jita is bluffing hardcore right now.
Okay.
But your other friends seem to back off a little bit more. The 2 of them who are wrestling with the Navy guys are still holding on to the guns that the Navy guys have, but they're not seeming to struggle. They're just looking at the Navy guys, looking at Jita, looking at the Navy guys. And Cortez, when you say that, Jita, Cortez just leans over and just hits the airlock button, and the outside of the airlock opens up, and the guy inside the airlock just floats out.
I drop my hand terminal like, hey, I was lying. That wasn't me.
Cortez looks at the rest of you and goes, "You want to die, or you want to work with us?" He looks at you, Highland. You're a survivor. You keep saying you're a survivor. We'll survive this. Your friends are stupid. Your friends want to die.
Oh, I know.
Work with me, work with the captain,
What
and
are
you
you
get out of
paying?
this.
How much you got?
Give me a communications check, either bargaining or persuasion, if you have those two. If not, just as communications then. He looks at you and goes, I'll give you your life. And for turning in criminals, especially that one, I'll give you his reward money.
Done. Let me out.
He walks over, cuts your hands free.
I guess I'm nuts.
So he kind of looks at his crew, and he saunters over as much as he can, I guess, with the airlock shoes, and clops over to the locker, and he starts just unlocking and strapping up.
Yeah, no one stops you.
One of them is a criminal.
The one who was who just got airlocked, who just got spaced,
Oh.
was a criminal. Had a bounty for his arrest. So
Okay, I think I'm gonna grab my stuff, and then he saunters back over and stands with his crew with his arms crossed.
okay. There you go.
All
Well,
of the stuff.
they look at him and go. The rest of them look at you and go. Well, what can you tell us about Benji?
Who says that?
The Navy guys who kind of like had pushed the other.
Really quick, did any of us up in the med bay hear all this shouting?
No. Yeah, you heard the shouting, but you didn't hear all because it's echoing through the ship. Instead of it sounding like shouting, it's like, and then you hear the thump of the airlock opening.
The airlock, yeah.
You know,
Pressure change.
Cass is just like, what the fuck was that?
It was dumb decision number 1 by our
One. Wow. You started a new count.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. All right. Where's my gun?
No, stay.
He's like-
We're fine, Cass. Cass, we're fine. Please rest. If anything, if you die because of you being an idiot, I'll make sure that your family knows or whoever knows that you were being an idiot. So stay. Just stay. Just let us handle it.
Oh, you'll shock my ex-wife by telling her I died out in space, and then she'll buy a new bottle. It'll be fine.
I'm done keeping him alive, and I walk back up to the bridge.
Is that sedative kicking in yet?
I never let him give it to me.
Oh,
But you do see,
looking for pain meds now.
give me a medicine check.
Sloan, you do see
Intelligence
exactly
check.
where I laid it down, just so you know. It's loaded, ready to go.
Cass, I'll get you some pain meds. Just promise me you're gonna stay alive right now, because you going and trying to do stuff right now and trying to be the badass that I know you are is not gonna help you right now. What you need to do is be the badass just laying in bed, okay?
You found some stuff that's not going to knock you out, but you're going to be very loopy. You'll be able to function. You just will have a -2 to any checks you
Yeah,
do.
I'll even get it ready for him just to make sure. And as I'm trying to convince him to get back into the bed, I'll go ahead and start prepping that med.
Because as you're talking to him, he's just looking through cabinets. He pulls something out.
Okay, you found one. Just lay down and I'll administer it. Just please. Cass,
He doesn't lay down in one of the beds, but he goes and sits in one of those chairs.
Yeah,
that's fine as long as he just stops moving.
He sits in a crash couch, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she comes over. She sets up that med for you and gets it set to the right CCs.
I'm not gonna spend weeks hooked up to machines again. I've done that. I'd rather die.
I'd rather you not, because I don't think you're going to be stuck in a bed for weeks. I'm going to make sure of that. But please, just humor me for now, okay?
Just give me the meds.
Okay. And so
I won't push myself too hard, but from what it sounds like, we just killed somebody again, and we've got friends. We've got friends who need our help.
we will take care of it.
I can't just sit again.
Understood. But for now, until things, just let me and the rest of the crew deal with what we can deal with. We got plenty of people on board right now to help us. So just rest for at least for now.
Fine, but I want my gun in here.
Absolutely. And so she she administers the med, and she makes sure that his gun is like on under his pillow or something, so that he knows it's hidden, but he can use it as needed in case something bad happens.
He tries to stay alert and stuff, but as soon as the pain meds start kicking in, he's just like
Blur, blur, blur.
didn't need a full sedative. Like, he was barely up to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll cut back to the airlock, or back to the cargo bay, and the
She'll
two
be
Martian.
on our way back to that. Yeah.
Yeah, as you're coming down, you notice that the two Marines, I keep saying Marines, the two Navy guys are like pushing the two guys who are stood up back down, and then actually taking out zip ties and zip tying everybody. So there's now like 3 left. One of them is out in space. The other one's knocked out clear across the cargo bay, and you could see just in the distance a little speck of what that was, that Martian who Cortez threw in the airlock.
They're not zip tying me too, right?
No.
Okay, all right. I'm still there, like,
yes.
I didn't mean to do that, but I'm still in charge. Yep, that's right.
Yeah. And Highland is sitting next to you with his arms crossed. You see one of them is now fully kitted up with weapons, and he's standing looking at them.
Yeah, I look over at Highland, and I just nod and I say, "I see you've made a smart decision." And I look at I kind of look at the rest, and I just look at Cortez and I say, "Cortez, if you don't mind, see what you can get from them, but I doubt it's going to be much." And then you, and she points at Highland, she's like, why don't we go talk? Are you hungry?
Very well, Milora.
Come on, Jata. And thank you, Cortez and other Martians, whatever their names are.
Cortez does kind of like a half salute. He walks over to the other guys and the other captives and goes, "All right, we're gonna talk," and I mean talk, and kind of ushers them over to the corner. Yeah, what were you saying?
The whole ship isn't moving?
Yes, it's very, very barely moving. It's a 0.1 G kind of movement.
Okay. I think Highland. I think as he walks behind the captain as she leaves, I think he just kind of veers off, heads towards the airlock, and starts suiting up in an EVA suit.
Okay, you walk over to the airlock and start suiting up. I think Jata is behind you, so Jata, you notice him walking over to the EVA suit.
It's a bit nippy.
I know, Milada, but my payment is half of his head, and I'm going to get paid, and I know I will. So,
and as he's suiting up, he slaps open and tries to open up the airlock.
It's locked. Like you need the code to get into it.
Don't worry about that. I believe that Cortez can take care of that for you.
Cortez?
She points at Cortez, who was
They're at that. Your man is long gone. How does these bounties work? Do they need the actual physical corpse, or
No. I mean, Cortez is essentially Cortez's word could get you the back, because he's there's enough evidence. They would be like, yeah, he totally killed him. He's totally the one who gets the bounty.
And besides, we have video feeds and stuff in our ship, so we would have pictures and everything to prove.
Okay. I think Highland's of the tradition that he has to bring a corpse back.
Yeah,
so it's probably why he's that's why he's so just wow. Well, how am I going to get paid? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
All right.
He takes the helmet off. I think he probably keeps the suit on still for a bit.
Yeah.
I do.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she leads you guys like up the stairs to the habitation deck, and
So,
she'll
At
she'll
the
begin to
habitation
cook.
deck, as you pass by the habitation, you see Cass, this earther who's half passed out, kind of like lolling his head back and forth, just at the in the one of the chairs by the commissary.
You found your way out of that crate. Good job.
Yeah. I turn to Highland and I go, that's Cass. He's a Pomang, but he's okay. Pomang means earther.
Who's our new friend? I guess
I
you're
won't
not the
remember.
one we killed with the airlock. Because
No, that was me.
if we did, you wouldn't be here.
Is he okay? I turn to
Oh,
drones.
The drones is
Oh,
up in
drones-
the cockpit. Yeah.
We
I-
I turn
Just left
to
alone.
Yeah.
Perfect.
these
He's-
pain meds are really good.
That should
Oh.
answer your question, Jata.
What happened when I was gone?
Cass took some hits in
Aha.
that fight earlier, so we ended up.
Wait, was Highland one of the? No, we
Yeah,
killed
no.
everybody on the bridge.
Yes.
Okay.
Highland was captured in the I guess the engineering bay with a bunch of the other people. So
Yeah, that there was a bear. That's what happened.
Sloan
Made a-
just pats your
Okay.
head as
Made
she's getting a skillet on the stove.
all of you
Made
have
guns.
heard of bears, but you've only kind of seen one, maybe recollection. You know they're animals. That's about all you know.
Well, I mean,
Not a great.
I've heard of bears, but I don't think it's an animal.
Yeah, I just. Oh. And kid,
Do I
he's
do I
bad
see
luck.
the mallet?
What's
It's
that?
like on a counter in the med bay, and I'm like in a chair out here. So
Yeah.
Okay. Can I try pocketing the mallet?
the knockout serum.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can give me. You don't even have to. Like, are you trying to be subtle about it, or you can easily grab it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want them to know I have it. It's mine.
Okay.
You could have just asked for some. I would have given you as much as that should have shown.
Dexterity
He's so
sleight of
not.
hand.
He's so messed up right now. He's not gonna see him do it.
I'm not even gonna roll. Like I'm not even looking at the med
No.
bay.
Oh, it's not for you. I don't care about like what's going on there. I just want the thing.
He just wants it.
I
Give me a sleight of hand check, which is dexterity. If you don't have sleight of hand.
Okay. There you go. I rolled a 15.
You are able to grab it. You seem to be pretty sneaky. You think you've been pretty sneaky. Give me a. Are you Highland? Are you even care about what he's doing?
No.
No,
Yeah,
Are you even looking. No one is
He's
paying
probably
attention to
watching,
you.
but he doesn't
Yeah.
care.
Okay.
Yeah.
I walk past the mallet on the table and I tap it, but I don't actually pocket it. It just goes in 0G and then it slides into my pocket.
Okay, you tap
so-
it. It's just enough gravity that it just kind of gently floats up and then into your pocket.
Down into my pocket. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Know the trajectory.
So Sloan finishes up her meal. It's pretty good.
I'm cooking it for all you
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
It's red kibble, which is a belter dish. It's the first dish you made, the red kibble with it's like a little bit of lasagna, kind of mixed in. Red kibble lasagna. It's essentially spicy lasagna, spicy bean lasagna.
Yeah. And she's gonna make sure there's enough so that like the Martians and stuff they can come by and
Yeah.
eat as they please, etc. So like she's making a big bunch of it for everybody.
So you guys
Quite
had food. you guys are able to you relax a little bit, Highland. No one seems to be around you. Seems to be hostile to you right now.
Yeah, I think he finds a mop at some point and starts mopping.
It's Highland who mops the floors.
You're welcome.
And at some point, they send you. They show you to an open room that you can stay in for the time being. And,
Don't mind the dents in the wall. The previous resident liked to use a sledgehammer.
In bed?
He was a weird guy.
In everywhere.
Noted. I guess.
So and she sits once like that's all settled and stuff, and they're all kind of sitting down and eating together. She's just kind of saying, "So, Highlander. I mean, sorry, Highland. I'm gonna call you that all the time. I'm so sorry.
Aye.
Highland.
Mm.
How did you come to be in Benji's employment?
Money.
Well, I mean, what context did he hire you outside of, oh, he offered you money? I mean, like...
Not unlike what you saw and met me down there, actually. Not the first and last time I assume I'll be in that predicament.
Fair enough.
Mm.
But, so, Benji's going to be a problem for all of us at this point. I think it would be wise in some ways if he does contact you in any way that you play along. And that perhaps we can get more to the bottom of what's going on. But currently we're on our way to, where are we going? Ganymede?
Ganymede right now. Yeah.
Ganymede? What's in Ganymede?
There's been some fighting in Ganymede.
War. It's in Ganymede right now.
We're going there to evac
Cass has been like
friend.
just hand terminaling the news while everything's been going on.
Yeah. You should have access, at least limited access to the network with your own hand terminal there. So, based off the reports you guys have been getting, Ganymede is a fucking nightmare. Like
shit show.
One of the solar dishes has crashed into the station. And you all would know that like most of the food that even goes to Mars and the belt is comes from Ganymede. It is literally the breadbasket of the belt.
Yeah, it's the supply line.
And it was a massive fight in orbit. The UN retreated, and the Martians seem to have control of it right now. But no one won that battle. Everything went wrong and sideways. There's hundreds of relief ships which are being launched from Earth and Mars to try to send food aid and try to get medical supplies to Ganymede, but it's going to take a week for them to get there. You guys will get there before the medical ships do.
Right, I will ask my question again, boss man. Why are we going to Ganymede?
We have a friend at Ganymede that needs an evac. We owe him quite a few favors, but on the other hand, maybe what's going on at Ganymede has something to do with what happened to all of us.
That's a little presumptuous. That a corporate bastard double-crossing us has anything to do with Earth and Mars going to war.
Well,
sure, Captain.
The fact that a Martian destroyer was destroyed, as well as that pirate ship, perhaps it seems like it all happened like literally at the same time. So I'm thinking that somebody, maybe it's not Benji himself, but somebody that Benji is working on behalf of. Maybe it's a massive conspiracy, or it could just be a coincidence, but you can never count anything out.
Maybe it's aliens. Because Eros has happened now. So.
Yes, but it's still unclear. Some people believe that there was something like a like the belief of the alien intervention.
Yeah, that's why I'm not like being specific. I'm just like, maybe it's fucking aliens.
But it's not widely known about the protomolecule yet. So,
well, when Klingons attack, I'll let you know.
What is that?
That's an old show.
It's pop culture reference. It's
anyway.
Forgive me.
So, with all that said, we are on our way to Ganymede to go help out Wendell. But in the meantime, what are you good at aboard a ship, Mr. Highland? What do you specialize in?
Well, can mop the
Seems
floors.
pretty
if you
good with
need.
that mop.
Really, whatever you need done, boss man, will do.
We have a pilot. Cass over there is our weapons specialist most of the time, and then Jata right here, he is generally our cyber warfare specialist.
I do things.
He does things.
Very admirable.
Oh, and I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Sloan.
Pleasure to meet you finally.
But if you're good at the bridge, good on a bridge, that might be helpful. But for the time being, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to think of what to tell him to do.
Keep mopping the floors, and then maybe you can rise up the ranks and stop mopping the floors.
I get that.
Jata's like, I'm so important. I'm telling people to do stuff. But yeah, she goes ahead and she's like, I'm going to leave it to Cortez and them to deal with your friends for now. Hopefully there will be no more issues.
Your friends
there.
of mine.
Well, Cass like leans over and is like, Captain, I know I'm a little out of it, but let me see if I have this right. We got into a fight. I almost died. We didn't go anywhere else and no other ships showed up. And now this guy's here.
Yes.
And we're not shooting him.
No. I don't like to
Okay.
shoot people unless I have to. You know that. We want
Makes
Mormon
sense.
blessings upon anybody that's friendly.
Makes sense.
But she's just looking at Highland. She's like, I don't know if I can trust you quite yet,
That's fair.
but for now I have to.
That's also fair.
So
If it makes you feel better, I don't know if I can trust you.
exactly.
But I have to. I guess that's the game we play.
It is the game we play.
We have so much in common.
But
Right,
if
Milo,
you
that?
two, and she points
Milo,
to
that?
the two of you, if you two could work on figuring out maybe monitoring some kind of communications and see if you can, I don't know, if you could lure communication out of Benji in some capacity, or you could possibly find ways to connect Benji to anything going on at Ganymede, or just anything in general. If you two can work together to find out more about Benji right now, that would probably be the best thing suited for the both of you at the moment.
Okay, get both the Beltas to do the same thing. Okay, I understand what.
One of us could probably do it just fine. It doesn't take two of us to be competent to do a job. I just wanted to say that.
No, it's true. It's true.
That's fair. Well then,
But I'll gladly.
I just figure I just figure with you, Highland, maybe there's information that you have that you can provide to Jata at the moment to help him in a search.
Very fair.
But if there's anything else that you think you can be good at doing for the moment, that's fine as well. But Cass over here is clearly going to die if he doesn't rest and whatnot. So
Well,
maybe
I'm sitting, I'm eating, I'm not walking around, I'm not shooting anybody.
I know,
What do you want from me?
I know. I'm just saying we just all need to keep a monitor on your health state at the moment. Not about what you're doing. It's more about how you're healing. So we all need to be.
As far as I can tell, none of
monitoring
my
you.
blood is leaving my body right now.
Okay. But anyway, Jata, work on figuring out on intercepting any communication from Benji to anywhere else. Please, Highland, relay any information that might be helpful to that. But otherwise, if both of you could join me on the bridge, unless you wish to work down here. I don't know what kind of bridge work you might be good at, Highland, but I'm sure we'll find out.
Hey, Highland. You got a direct link to that Oala. To Benji.
Do I?
Yeah, you would.
I do.
And how are you supposed to tell him that you got us?
The code word you use.
A phrase. I'm supposed to say, you tell me when I can. But I should do it soon, I think.
As he looks at his hand terminal.
In that case, perhaps maybe we can get upstairs to the bridge. You calm this Benji guy, and I try and how did they say? Backtrace.
We can even pretend that you've taken our ship over if need be.
That was my plan, Boss Bang.
Excellent. Then let's all move to the bridge. Cass, we'll be checking on you hourly, if not half hourly.
I'll keep guard on the commissary.
Yes. And please rest and heal. Your orders are to not die at the moment. And so yeah.
All right. So you guys make your way to the to the bridge. It's still fairly light because Mark hasn't done anything more than 0.1 Gs, barely moving kind of thing. Hasn't even turned on the Expanse drive yet.
Break anybody.
As you guys go up to the terminal, two things are fairly obvious at the moment. As you guys get up to the thing, you are overhearing conversation, and you realize that there's one of the monitors, security monitors in the cargo bay is active. Mark had left it on for monitoring what was going on, and you hear Laban and Cortez talking.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the security monitor, you can see them there, and you hear Laban say, we turn in the kid, we turn in this group. They're pirates. We get all we get a promotion. You get a promotion. I get my own ship. We're all good. These guys are pirates. Why are we even loyalty? And Cortez returns to him and says, because they saved our lives. They could have just thrown us out. One of them is former MCRN, and that's got to matter for something. They're not pirates. All we know is we work for the OPA. And besides, it's this dishonorable thing. And Laban goes, I don't care about honor right now. We're in the middle of a war. What I care about is winning. And if we can get a hand gift deliver a UN diplomat's kid to command, we'll be set for life. You overhear this conversation between the two.
Mark, will you seal the cargo bay for me?
You seal it. Okay. You muted, but yeah. So you look. You hear the yeah.
Sorry.
You hear you feel the thwomp of the bulkheads closing, and you can see them kind of look up suddenly.
I monitor down. I monitor down. What was the name of the guy that was like dissenting?
It was Laban, the lieutenant.
Was the remaining commanding officer from the Martians?
Yeah,
if I recall.
Yeah.
I'm calmed down to Laban and say, it's really stupid to plot against me and to plot against us when we have control of the bridge and we can hear everything you say, my dear. And besides, I don't think my brother would be too happy.
He looks up and looks back at Cortez, and he shouts up, goes, I outnumber you 2-1. I've got Navy. I've got my guys all over your ship. If I say the right thing, they'll take you down instantly. Why should I care about you? And Cortez looks visibly like uncomfortable while he's talking, but he's silent.
I look over Sloane's shoulder and he say, "We outnumber you, airlock and bulkhead to however many you guys are."
Cortez looks over and goes, "This is stupid. We don't even have the command codes." And Laban looks back.
Laban, I liked you. I really did like you before. We did well together on the bridge. I would think that you would have a little bit of integrity and honor when it comes to somebody that not only saved your life, but is helping all of us get down. We're all trying to figure out what the hell happened back there. If we work together, we're a lot stronger than we are apart at the moment. And besides, who knows exactly what's to come when we make it to Ganymede.
All right.
So,
as you're convincing him, I'm going to take a break real quick, but as you're convincing him, there is a massive red flash on the sensors. And just a quick glance. I'm assuming, Mark, you're up at the bridge as well with them?
Oh, yeah.
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 You
I've been
see
at the bridge since I walked out on Cass.
the telltale sign of a UN destroyer burning hard towards you. No comms, but it's burning directly in your path. It's faster than you. It's going to catch you before you can outrun
ETA on it catching us?
an hour. You're going barely 1 G. They're going like 1.2 Gs kind of thing.
Cap, we got company.
who is it?
UN.
And they also seem like they have their guns armed. And with that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes. Go ahead and use the restroom, grab something to drink. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. All right, so let's return back. You guys have a UN destroyer, which outclasses you by 1 size, burning hard towards you, painting targeting lasers on you guys.
Yeah, let's step up that speed there, good old good buddy.
Fast do you want to go, Cap?
Get us somewhere where we can possibly hide. If we can't just get,
you're in open space. You're days away from anything that would be even resemble like even an asteroid. You're days away from it.
Yeah, just gun it for Ganymede for now. And in the meantime, if they want to talk, they're welcome. We'll leave our comms open.
Do we want to get people situated, or do you want me to just punch it?
Yeah, let's get people situated first. And then she comms across the ship. Everybody, all hands embrace for or embrace. all hands brace for full speed. Everybody get into crash couches. Everybody get juiced up. Do what you got to do.
You want to go run juice?
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Wait a minute, I'm a belter too.
We have the good juice though. You find.
Yeah, you're fine.
Got that good juice.
I still have a point of stress from the last time we. Should I remove that by now, or?
Yeah, you removed it by now.
Okay.
So, for those of you guys who don't know, when you go in high Gs, people are going to. Everyone is going to get fatigued if you go for too long. So everyone has to make, I believe, a Constitution check at high G maneuvers.
Mm-hmm.
And belters have automatically they have a disadvantage against it to a little bit. They automatically get fatigued.
I thought it was the opposite. I thought that they
not for high G turns.
Lower gravity, the better for us.
Yeah.
We won't go high G at the moment. Then, now that you've reminded me of how those work, I thought it was the opposite. But we'll we'll go like so. She just orders them. Just kick up the speed. Don't go full G.
With juice, what's the max speed I can go without the belters taking?
I'm looking through the high G maneuvers real quickly.
Thought it was maneuvers... like 0.4.
Yeah, don't let the belters stop the ship from going fast. I mean, if you guys gotta go fast, go fast.
Yeah.
It's bone bending time.
If we have to go fast, we will.
Yeah.
But right now,
so
let's see what we can do.
You could probably match their speed, if not go a little bit over, but you won't be able to handle it for more than maybe an hour or two at that level, even with the juice, until all of you start blacking out and dying.
That's a long time.
Yeah, but it'll cost. If they want to keep up with us, they'll have to do the same. So that's kind of what she's thinking. Is like she's gonna wear them down a little bit, but first.
Okay, but you also know that they're UN, so they don't probably have belters on board who are going to get fatigued and messed up from the
That's
from
fair.
the burn.
But for
And they're
whatever
already going
reason,
to-
yeah,
already
they're already painting us with targeting stuff. So I mean, they're obviously like they don't seem like they're coming by to just for a quick chat and some tea.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any junk in our cargo hold we can leave in our way?
You could
you got a whole
try
crew.
that. You've got the Martians. You could probably get them to start dumping things out the airlock if you want to. But
What-
I
that'll,
don't want to dump any of our really good stuff, like you know.
The guns.
That's why I said, do we
and-
have any junk, any trash and shit we can?
We don't need this ammo, do we? All right.
You touch my torps, I'll kill you.
And if I remember, we didn't really we kind of didn't we piss off the UN a little while back.
yeah, 'cause
haven't we pissed off?
you captured two
I'm
of
sorry.
their intelligence
pick one
agents.
branch we haven't pissed off. One. Name one.
The OPA, mostly.
Perfect.
I would say we have it at some
When-
point, I'm sure.
Wendell specifically, we haven't pissed off.
He's the only
I know
one you
that.
haven't pissed off entirely. Yes. So.
And they're not
So-
intercepting communication, right? Like if we tried to send them a message or something.
You can try send him a message if you want.
Yeah.
You haven't done so yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead in the like while Mark's getting set up, like while we're figuring out what we're gonna do. as
Crazy
far as speed.
question.
Oh, go ahead.
Paul, can a torpedo be rigged to just dead drop?
Yes, it would take some technical work, but you could do it.
It's
What?
You rig a torp to just launch and wait for an impact?
Have you ever seen me rig a top before? Yeah, sure.
Let me know when it's ready. We're going to start a gentle acceleration.
Okay. You're going from 0.1 to what, like 0.5?
Well, we're going to go all the way up to speed match with them, but we're going
Slow.
to accelerate. We're going to ramp up rather than
Yeah. Then just
snap the
instantly.
engine.
Okay. So you guys are feeling your body's getting heavier as you're doing this. But it's not quite bad. And by the way, Good Juice gives you a +2 for stamina checks. I'm gonna say just for our rules, anything over 1.25 Gs burn will require a stamina check, because like 1.25 is you're heavy and it feels you could still function. It's just not doing things for a long period of time on it, but you can take your time with that. But anything over that, you're going to start seeing massive amounts of like stress building up and trying to keep yourself from, being pushed. You're still going to be feeling like the push, like you're going to be heavier and it's going to be harder for you to do things. And if you slip, the fall will hurt more. But
Right. All right. And in the meantime, yeah, she's gonna like basically send a message to that ship.
what do you
and
say?
just say? She's just gonna say, "UN ship, please." Or I'm trying to think of the message. UN destroyer, we see you on our tail. We want no trouble. And then what the guy? Okay, real quick, was the guy that was like the pirate dude that they killed in the airlock? Was he
Mhm.
wanted by the UN or Martian?
Mars.
Mars. Okay, so I can't use him as a bargaining chip. Can use the kid as a bargaining chip.
Who's the kid?
So really
It's
quick,
me.
you know the scene we opened with that was like a few years.
Mhm.
I don't know if we gave the time
Flashback.
frame, but that was a
Yeah.
flashback to sort of the thing that sent Cass on the path he's on now. And he was a UN security officer working as the bodyguard for important people. In this case, it was the son of a diplomat. The bar exploding and that kid getting hurt is what got Cass kicked down to a desk job. Drove him to drink, and eventually drove to him cashing in his pension and going out to adventure in space in the hopes that he would die.
Right.
That's the kid.
Yeah.
The kid who the
We
package
just-
they were trying to retrieve from the other pirate ship, not from the ship
Yeah.
you were on, is the kid. The kid who got him, sent him on this
So-
whole path in the first place.
That kid is on the ship.
5 years down the road, we run into that kid again. He's in our he's in our med bay, knocked out. And Cass, like, we run into the kid. Cass almost dies.
Again. All right.
Again. Yeah, so with her message, she's just gonna say, "You and Ship, we see you pursuing us. Please, please reconsider any hostile action we do have." And I forgot the kid's name, but I'm just gonna say
Billy was his name.
We have William
Copeland.
William Copeland. There we go.
We do have William Copeland aboard, wishing to turn him back over to his family, and obviously you guys. Yes, so she's going to say we have William Copeland. We've retrieved him from a pirate ship that has been destroyed. We would like to turn him back over to you safely and sound, but you really got to take your weapons off of us if you want him to survive. Because obviously, if you kill us, you kill him, and I think you're going to piss off of one of your bosses very, very deeply. So please be smart. Let's work together. Let's not make a stink today.
Okay. With that, after a few minutes, you get not a voice message, but a text message that simply says, hold on. That simply says, pirate vessel, stop, prepare to surrender yourself and your crew, or be destroyed.
Well, I'll be in my container.
I'm going to return a message. First of all, we are not pirates. Second
Ty,
of
get
all,
back on that torpedo.
Second of all, once again, we do have William Copeland aboard. You will be very upset and in comms. And then I'm going to go ahead and find out who William Copeland's parents are. And then I'm going to send whoever that diplomat is. And I'm going to send I'm basically going to send a message just saying, "Hey, we have a UN destroyer on our tail while we're trying to get your son to safety that is willing to destroy both us and your son. We do not want trouble. We are not pirates. We are simply trying to return him."
Can I make a check to see if I can hear her like recording that message?
Yes. Give me a perception check for that one.
All right. Perception. There we are. Submit. Zoop. Boop.
Some points you can use them if you want. Investigation checks. Investigation stunts. So.
I have my quick reference guide here. Load. I will use intuition. To see if you get to reveal something to me. My hopes are that the thing that is revealed is that she's recording this message to William's father or like parents.
Yes, that's basically what it is. You're getting that message to William's parents.
All right. So Cass, the commissary is just one level down from the bridge. So
yeah, but you also have a hand terminal, so you can always call her as well.
I interrupt her while she's recording the message. Captain. If you're calling who I think you're calling, you might want to let me record it.
Fair enough. Do it from down there, and send.
You can do it on your hand terminal.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
And that way, you can also get a shot of him in it too, so that they know we're not lying and he's safe.
Yeah. So Cass stumbles over into the med bay. And
walking would be ill-advised.
This video is gonna look really weird to those guys. Some drugged up, washed up at the.
And because Cass is Cass, he records it portrait. He flips it open. And he like starts face onto himself. He's like, Mr.
Yeah.
Copeland, you know who I am. I hate to ask a favor, but I think you're going to be interested in this one. Once again, almost died keeping your son alive. And he like pans over.
Mm-hmm. He's just unconscious because
but like I make sure the monitors are visible that like he's got a heartbeat and shit. We've got him safe for now, but there's a UN cruiser bearing down on a UN destroyer bearing down on the ship that I'm on right now, threatening to kill us. And frankly, I'd rather not die. So if you could call off your attack dogs, I'd be happy to hand your son over to them in exchange for our ability to go on our way on an aid mission to Ganymede. Hope to hear from you. And he just presses the button and sends it off.
Okay, there's a lag time between.
I know that there's gonna be.
It's like an hour.
Speed of light delay.
Yeah.
And then he does that, and then he comes up to the bridge. It's like, Mark, keep us out of range of them. Hopefully, as long as you can. That message has got to get back to Earth, and then your response has to get out to either us or the destroyer.
I got this.
All right, Jata.
What?
Give me a tech check. You're trying to rig the torpedo so that it essentially dummy drops and then attacks as it comes by. Is what you're trying to do? Turning it into a mine? Is that the idea?
Is that the idea?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Hopefully don't die.
Yeah, don't detonate
You have
it.
stunt points if you want to use it.
Here we die.
The stunt points you can use. Let's see. You can use them on you can do depending on what you want to do. You want it to be stealthy? Do you want it to be more explosive? That kind of thing.
Want it to be stealthy. Want it to be a surprise when they hit it.
All right. In that case, I'm going to use cover your tracks. Impose negative to on all future rolls regarding infiltration.
Okay. You're for this related to this test. Okay. Cool. So you were able to rig it up so that it looks just like debris, and most people won't be able to notice it when it comes off. So.
I've got a splinter in my finger and it's driving me nuts. I'm listening.
All
I'm just
according to
very.
plan.
Okay,
annoyed.
so Mark, are you going to drop that torpedo?
First, I'm going to look at their trajectory. Are they coming directly down our path, or
Yeah,
are they?
they've now
offset?
arced. They've arced towards you, and they're still coming at you hard. They've increased their speed, and they're probably maybe 20 minutes away now. By the time you guys got all this stuff done.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely increase speed.
Yeah, we're dropping it.
Okay. So you hit the button. The torpedo flops at the tube because it's a rear-facing tube. Just kind of flops out. There's enough to burn just to get it outside of it, and then just turns off and just kind of floats there.
At which point, I send a text message to their ship. Please don't fall.
Okay. So
that's it. Nothing fancy. Nothing crazy.
Just please don't follow. So, in response, you get a warning light as 2 torpedoes are flying towards you right now.
Red alert!
Wrong show.
Well, you know we're gonna make that joke all the time. So.
You know I'm broadcasting that to the entire ship. PDC's online, so everybody hears me say that.
Okay. So
all
now,
hands and brace for battle. Battle stations now.
So is it that they just don't believe that we have the kid on board?
You don't
We
know.
don't know.
Could I use my hand terminal, take a Wi-Fi with me with the kid?
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
you
then
can.
Okay, so hey, boss man, I got the picture of the kid. Maybe that will help. I don't know.
Send it their way if you want.
Already done. I was just talking.
Okay. You sent it. No response. Those 2 torpedoes are still coming. You guys are gonna have to give me either an evasive maneuver check or a PDCs because there's 2 of them.
We're gonna go. Well, we're definitely going evasive, but
yeah, because PDCs can only handle one. The other one will be you'll have to evade based off the rules.
Ty, I'm gonna need you on PDCs. Fighting back.
How do I
Uh,
PDC?
I do have a question. Is Heinlein? Do you have gunnery?
He has a pistol.
No
Gunnery.
gunnery.
That's
Okay.
Lay down the airlock and shoot the.
He would do it.
Where is your token?
If you hit it, it'll work.
Yeah.
All right. So Jatad's going to be on guns. So give me.
I'm normally on Ewar, aren't I?
Yeah, but Cass is currently out. Unless Cass wants to climb up to the cockpit and be on guns.
Is
You can do that.
Highland with us here?
I could.
Yes,
I
he's
could
with you.
also do that, but
Yeah, I turned to Highland and say, "Hey, Highland, how good are you with what people do this make this ship?
What people make the ship? It's a belter
Yeah.
ship.
Like what?
How good are you with guns on a Belta ship?
know what a trigger is, if that's what you're asking.
All right, sit down there. You do the thing. I'll be on Ewar.
All right.
as he clambers up the ladder.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Cass, what are you doing?
Cass is going to lay down in the med bed across from Billy because he knows evasive maneuver. Somewhere between sad and annoyed, and just be like, I don't know how you keep getting me involved in this kind of bullshit.
I'm looking at the monitor of Medbay, like, wait, all I had to do was evasive maneuvers and he would have laid his ass down.
All right. So, this is how spaceship combat works. We're going to do this, and then we're going to go back into the normal combat rules. But there are seven things. They all go on at the same time: command, maneuvers, electronic warfare, weapon attacks, defensive actions, damage, attack damage, and then damage control. So, and they all go at the same time. So, like both Sloan and the other captain will roll for their leadership grants, and then they'll give boosts or different things to the crew. Then maneuvers, both the pilot of the other ship and Mark will both do maneuvering checks. So if like Mark wants to stay within railgun range, which is medium range, he can do that, and then he has to fight against the other guy, and the other guy wants to stay at long range. If he fails, if Mark beats that guy's check, then the Mark ship, y'all ship, will move closer to in target. If that makes sense. So they're all opposed. They're all done at the same time, but each round, and they're all opposed.
Yeah.
And each attack is considered a hit, an automatic hit. So there is no roll for targeting. It just roll for shooting. The key is the defensive actions. You either maneuver away from, say, torpedoes or railgun shots, or with torpedoes you can use point defense cannons to try to take them down.
Right on.
So we're first going to do the defensive actions, and we'll move back into the normal ones. So defensive actions is PDCs. So give me a 3d6 plus the ship's sensors range. And if you want to know the ship's sensors range, if you go into the notes, you should see Actium ship stats. The sensors. Oh, you guys increased the sensors, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
Which is now what? It's like 2
plus 3,
now?
I think.
Plus 3? Yeah. Plus 3. So now you have a
Pretty
plus
sure
3.
it was plus 3.
So Highland, roll a 3d6 plus 3. A 3d6 plus 3 versus TN plus 3. So whatever you get plus 3. So 10, 12. All right, and this ship's sensors. You're able to if the defense ship's PDCs are used to attack an target. Okay.
Oh, the splinter.
Yeah. So yeah, you're able to barely shoot down one of the torpedoes as it comes in range. The rattle of the PDCs come off as there's like several hundred rounds fly off into space, and it's impacted an incoming target. It explodes and kind of veers off. Now the other torpedoes in there as well, so you're gonna have to give them non-invasive. Now it's up to you,
cocky,
Mark.
kid.
You got to do invasive maneuver. 3d6 plus 6
piloting roll, right?
3d6 plus piloting, and you have to get a TN 12.
Well, I actually have the piloting thing. So is it just that, or is it my dexterity?
It's your piloting thing.
Okay,
Yeah, 3d6. 3d6 plus your dexterity piloting score. So it's just a dexterity piloting check.
Okay, so if I just roll piloting.
Yeah.
If you do your normal piloting check, we should do that.
It just doesn't generate.
Oh,
stuff.
geez. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah,
you're
we're
able
good.
you evade it. Just kind of like just do a quick turn, and it veers off, so often misses and kind of flies off into the distance. Now we get into the combat. Let me see if I can't pull up some decent music for this.
Roll for initiative.
Yeah, no initiatives for these, but yeah. You guys are hearing the music.
Quick reference cards.
Quick reference for your convenience. I already got all that open. I'm just still working on this dang splinter. Sloane's just sitting in the captain's seat, just like, yeah, we're gonna win. We're fine.
She's like, how do you get a splinter in space? There's no wood.
I think this is a metal splinter, honestly.
Well, I don't know. There was a sledgehammer for a while. I'm
Now
not
what?
saying.
He has a delicate touch with the sledgehammer. He could take a splinter out for sure.
All right. So, Sloane, what are your orders?
My orders are to okay, what kind of range are they in? Are they in torpedo range as well?
Yes, they're within torpedo range. Not within anything but torpedo range right now.
Right, not railgun range.
No.
So she's gonna tell you guys, send them a torpedo back for their trouble. Go ahead and continue your evasive maneuver patterns for any attacks that they make, Mark. Jata, try to see what you can do to screw up with anything that you can, like, I forget what were the E-Warfare ones.
You
that
can do
actions
either
you take.
attack their defenses, which will then increase your attacks, or you can attack, or you can boost the attacks, which will then boost your defenses, which essentially increase your defenses, like scramble their
basically,
attacks.
It's an opposed check. Whoever wins can either boost attack or defense for their ship.
Yeah, I want to attack their defensive systems.
Increase our attack.
I'm not in
your
a-
attack.
I'm not in necessarily a self-preservation mode. I'm in more of a I am not fucking around with them, and I'm gonna let them know.
Then,
Kind of
Cap,
mode.
why don't we drag them through the debris that we politely left in our wake?
Debris.
That's
Well,
excellent. Good suggestion.
Need stunt points for that.
Yeah, if we can do the swim points. All right, so
Well, I
give me-
gotta roll my command. So
roll your command check for that one.
is it a command check? It's just like my
Communications leadership
Yeah,
Thank
communications
you.
leadership.
Okay.
versus.
Oh, and I
TN
have
11.
command. I have command. Let me see what. Like I have that as a talent.
You have a leadership as a talent, yeah. It's versus
I have
TN11.
command. I know. I'm just. Oh, well, I have command as a talent and like leadership as a attribute or whatever. I'm just looking at what that does, real fast. The actual talent. Why can't I open it? See.
I was having some. So,
Wait. Let me see something. No, it doesn't have
So-
a cogwheel.
is there a show more item?
There it is. That's what it was. I was hitting the novice button.
Yeah.
My presence inspires allies. If you take a major action to offer guidance, your allies gain a +1 bonus to willpower and willpower morale, or courage and morale tests for the rest of the encounter. So yeah, like as she's like giving these orders, she's gonna say, "Gentlemen, we didn't bow down to that stealth ship today. We are certainly not bowing down to the UN destroyers." So that's like her speech.
Yeah, so it gives
Yes.
everyone +2 to their
So, yeah.
They get a natural +2, plus give me a communications leadership roll just so you can.
Yeah, exactly. I'm rolling that. I just want to make sure I use that command before we got into it.
Yeah.
And then 13.
So you did it. So you success equals 1 stunt point plus drama die SP with doubles. So there's no SP to double, so you just get 1 additional stunt point. And you can use that command stunts right now, or you can use it at any time during this attack pattern. But at the end of this round, it clears out. You have 2 options. You have guidance, which grants you a +1 bonus to ship combat tests for this round, for each 1 SP you spend. Choose one of the following maneuver test, electronic warfare test, evasion test, and essentially you can give them a +1 for anything for one of those different actions. Or you can do a blinding maneuver, which will you maneuver your ship in such a way to blind or limit the opponent's sensors. Each SP you spend reduces the opposing ship's sensors score by 1. So they basically reduce their sensors.
Well, if we're trying to guide them through a specific place, we probably don't want them to not be able to see us. Where did you find these?
I would think you would want to blind them so they're less likely to see the torp.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, let's do that. But where are the command stunts? Are they on the cheat sheet, the quick guide?
They're on the spaceships. Space combat. They're right down there, right next to the command stuff. They
okay. What page is that in the book, real quick?
That's page 131.
Or
Thank you.
They are on page 3 of the quick reference guide.
Okay.
Oh, they are?
Mm-hmm. Yep. At the very end, I think.
Oh, I was thinking they were called command stunts. For some reason, I realized you guys meant combat.
Space combat stunts.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'm gonna go with what Mark suggested in that we make it harder for them to see that torpedo lying in wait for them.
So so sensors reduced by 1.
Yep.
Okay. Now it's their turn to roll that as well. So he's able to do it. But he also doesn't double, so he just gives a +1. Yeah. Okay. Now, next up is the maneuvers check-in. So you want to what are you trying to do? Keep him at long range. Keep him try to reduce the range. Which one are you doing there, Mark?
Pretty much not focused on range so much as steering him towards that torp.
Okay. Give me a maneuver check, which is correctly changing range,
which is it's the closest thing we have.
An opposed dexterity, yeah. Just give me an opposed dexterity check.
Piloting.
Okay, so
piloting.
just
Yes, dexterity piloting.
Oh, piloting. Okay.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo, good job.
Hateful.
Now,
Don't hate us.
the only stunt points come from the captain during space combat, which is
yes, so you don't get any stunt points, but
got a 17 because Mark's a baller.
Yep.
There's a reason you let me sit in the pilot seat.
I don't let you sit in the pilot seat. You just get there, buddy.
Oop.
Oh my god, this splinter.
It's a
Seems
bit-
like it's getting in there deeper somehow.
Nope.
They can suck it.
You're moving him in towards the torpedo, so this will activate at the same time as your attacks do.
The two stunt point.
Yeah, you don't get any stunt points. You don't get to use those stunt
Yeah,
points.
only I generate stunt points.
Yeah, only the commander generates stunt points in the attack. So, yeah.
I know.
Next one is the electronic warfare test. So, Jata.
Okay, so that's roll 3d6 plus my intelligence plus
certain sensors. So it's
okay.
Just roll a technology because you already have that trained the intelligence technology check, and add a +3 to your roll.
Okay, so sensors are +3 at the moment, right?
Yes. So just add when you do that check, just add a bonus of 3.
Okay. Can I not do this instead?
You can do that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 19.
Oh wait, you said sensors of 3, so it's actually 20. 22.
Oh yeah, 22. Okay. The winner of this test gains an equal. I mean, I can try. I don't think he's that good at it, unfortunately.
That's what happens when the UN isn't privateers like we are. Just saying. We're not pirates. We're privateers. Know the difference.
I think Highland would classify us as survivors.
And I get.
Yes, I would.
I get 4. How does?
What's that?
Do I get stun points for this?
Well, no, I don't
No.
think you get any stunt points for this. But,
Okay.
Once again, I am the only one who generates stunt points during space combat.
Fair enough. Fair
So
enough.
anytime you guys think you're no, sorry, that's just me.
Okay, Captain. Just boss man.
Okay.
Hey, don't get any, I suppose.
Ooh, that was close though. That was close.
Ooh.
That was close. So yeah, you definitely beat him this time. And so the rules for this one is as such. The winner of this test gains the bonus equal to half the drama die, round up, which is applied to either defense actions, TN, to evade. I know you're going to try to attack them, so it was...
Yeah, we were trying to take out their defenses.
So our attack actions get +3 for the rest of it.
Yep.
So, like, I'm looking through the thing, so I can also use my... So, because I have a +3, I can ask the GM that they don't get a turn, so we start again, top of the round.
Where?
It's on page 138, I believe. In the basically it's an example of
warfare.
combat. Yeah.
You asked to use the whole bonus to prevent the first stealth ship from attacking this round. Yeah. So it's up to you if you want to use that. Yeah, I'll agree with you. You can basically like turn off their ship for a moment.
So,
Nice.
So, Captain, I got some chaff out the way. Should we?
They
What
can't
you wanna
attack
do?
you.
Yeah. They're blind. What do you want to do?
What you just said it can like turn it off. We can just power them down for a second.
No.
I've
They
blinded
can't
Because they
attack.
won't be able to attack us
Yeah.
this round.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Prevent them from attacking, please and thank you.
All right, so you prevented them from attacking, which means that now it is up to the weapon attacks. So, I believe that is Highland. Do you want to fire the torpedoes?
I will fire. Hold on. Same as last time, or was it +3?
Nope. You just tell me if you want to fire it.
I want to fire.
Yeah,
Yes. you
torpedoes
fire
are
it.
a little weird.
The torpedoes. All attacks made in space are basically automatic hits until they're not. So when you fire them, you don't even have to roll to hit them because you automatically will hit them. The matter is if they can defend it or if they can avoid it.
Yeah.
So
And our other torp activates at this point as well, right?
yes. So this is when you will do. They'll do defensive actions because you actually don't have any defensive actions, but they are going to try to evade and shoot down one.
They're being like pincer attacked by torpedoes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Submit. Wait, no. So he's going to do piloting +2. This has got to beat 13 in order to shoot down this torpedo. Or to evade the torpedo. He does. And then the gunner is going to do the same thing. Uh, 3d6 plus 10 sensors, so.
But their sensors are reduced, right?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
And they're able to shoot down the other one too. So
shot
they
down
evade
both
and shot
torpedoes.
down the torpedoes.
But they can't attack.
They can't attack. So there is no attack damage. The torpedoes either missed or were destroyed. There's no damage control. Return back to command. Captain, what are your orders?
Maintain same orders as before.
You can only fire one torpedo at a time. So
Yeah. Well, we don't want them
Nothing
to
for me
catch up.
to evade.
We're also trying to stall for time because we sent that message to that guy.
yeah.
So I just want to keep running and shooting back behind, but without getting too close to him. Because they outclass us by one size. So like I imagine their railguns are probably a little more extensive than ours. So yeah, she's gonna tell Mark specifically to like evade anything that he needs to evade. Jata, keep the pressure on him. See if you can, since you were able to prevent their attacks. See if you can keep that up.
Keep pressing the chat button. Okay.
Yeah. try to wreck. While you're at it, try to wreck a little bit of their systems from the inside as much as possible. Hemorrhage them from the, bleed them from the inside. And then Highland, send him another package, so to speak. And that should be it. I think I just need to
I'm assuming that at this point Highland just like put his helmet on. He's like, nope, I'm not gonna die here.
And then here comes my leadership roll.
You did it.
Ooh baby.
Plus you got
baby,
6
baby,
stunt
baby.
points, so 7 stunt points
Baby.
to spend. What do you want to do?
Yes, Lord Jesus. Okay,
Oh
let me go
God,
back.
you can do the setup. I hate you. This is how you killed every. So, beginning of season 4, The Expanse, when Ashford's taken on that ship, and he leads them through the debris. Mm-hmm. These guys do that all the time. That's all they do for the setups.
Flavor-wise, I think setup in this case should be like maneuvering them in such a way that our torpedo that missed gets to swing around and try to hit them again.
Try to hit them again. Yeah, okay. that'll work.
Yeah, dude, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's great. I love it. So yeah, we're gonna set up for exactly that. I'm trying to see what it says 4+, so I think you can put extra into it.
Yeah, you do. Let's see here. The stunt considered a weapon attack, inflicting damage dice equal to half the SP spent.
Yeah. So if you do 5, if you do 6, then it'll be 3.
Yeah.
SP rather than 2. 3d6, which is basically a railgun shot.
Yeah, but you get to make the attack roll they get to evade, but they have to evade accounting for your intelligence, your leadership focus, and also half of the SP spent. So it's much harder for them to evade it as well.
So
let's just throw all cards into that.
So
for now.
I would throw 6 into that, and then 1 into
Let's see.
the either guidance or blinding maneuver again.
Yeah, let's do the maneuver, the blinding maneuver again. That seemed to work out for us the last time.
Okay.
I mean, they
Reducing
couldn't
their sensors
attack,
by 1.
but they couldn't attack. But yeah, let's go ahead and I agree with that. So 1 in building maneuver, or blinding maneuver, pardon me, and 6 in setup. And like Cass said, we're gonna set him up to see if we can get that errant torpedo to actually come around and hit him.
Okay. So now we're gonna do. He's gonna do his check. If I remember correctly, it's not sensors. It's just
It's leadership.
leadership.
Yeah, they need to do their leadership roll so they can generate their stunt points. I hope they roll a 1.
15.
Well, they didn't get any drama die, so.
Nope. They just get 1 point, which they'll do into. Yeah, I know what they're doing. Okay. Next up is maneuvering. Give me a piloting check.
Do it.
In order to add this, no, just pilot check, straight up pilot check.
Piloting.
Yeah, you can add bonuses by making it a high G maneuver, but then we might
Boom.
get fatigued.
Show those UN scallywags that Martian pilots are the best pilots.
Oh,
We are.
Contested.
tied,
What
contested.
happens in a tie?
Stalemate.
I think whoever had the higher drama die, but
Which is this? Yeah.
They're tied.
Also tied.
tied.
The
One more
true
roll.
tie.
Let's do one more roll.
Tie
Let's do one more
goes
roll.
to the
One
player.
more roll. You got it.
Yeah, one more roll.
That goes to the actor.
But they got the higher drama die. So,
Oh man.
so they pull in tighter towards you into medium range.
Okay.
Well, the good news is that means we can fire our railgun.
All right. So, Jatal, you're up with the E-Warfare.
Okay. So sensors are still 3, right?
Sensors are still 3.
Okay. I press the button and 17.
Okay.
Edge of
15. So you beat him.
So we win.
Yeah.
We get
So
plus 2.
our
And you get
yeah,
3.
we can either do +2 to attack or -2 to their.
Yeah, because you have three drama die from that. So you have 3 stunt points from that.
So it's
Well,
oh, it's the drama die, right?
It's half the drama die rounded up. So we have
Okay.
2. We can shift either our attack up or their attack down
Down to 2.
by 2.
let's reduce their attack this time.
Reduce their attack. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they have a
basically
negative 2 to
our-
their attack. Yeah.
Well, we it's easier for us to evade.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now it's up to the attacks. Do you want to fire the railgun and the torpedo there, Highland?
Yes.
Okay.
Which one causes me to roll dice?
They both will call you to roll dice if you hit. So that's the key.
Okay, great.
So I just want to make sure we're firing both of them.
Press the button.
Press the button.
Hey, you're a natural.
Thank you very much.
Next up is the warfare after the fires. Now it's the evasion. So they fire 2 torpedoes and a railgun at you.
We fire a torpedo, a railgun, and a setup attack.
Yes. So
Do we have resources? Like, do we have a set amount of torps? Because
Yes.
So I don't shoot them all.
yes,
Where does it
I believe you guys have.
We're trying
12
to
torps.
survive. Shoot them all.
Yeah.
Don't
You have
hold
We only,
back.
have, we only have 1 torpedo tube though, so we can only fire 1 per round.
Yeah.
You're welcome, by the way, crew. You're welcome.
Yes.
It was my idea.
Okay,
Uh,
so really
I'll
quick,
give-
their TN to evade the setup attack
Mhm.
is 10 plus Sloane's intelligence plus her leadership focus plus another 3 because she spent 6 on it.
Yeah,
So-
her intelligence modifier is 3.
Plus your leadership, which is what?
Focus adds 2,
Okay, so 5.
so it's 18 is their
18.
thing to evade the setup.
Yeah, my leadership is 3. My intelligence is 3.
Okay, so they're gonna try to do their avoidance first. See if we can do this. Plus, and so they have to get an 18.
Yeah, 18 to avoid the setup, and then
Nope. Nope. They almost did it.
And then for the torp and the railgun, my brain just shut down. The torp
I
is
have
the
it.
standard rules. So 13, 14?
13.
Is it 11?
Okay.
Is it 11 plus sensors or 10 plus sensors? That's what I can't.
It's pull it up real quick. It's 10 plus sensors. Yeah, point defenses. for
So
both of them.
13 to evade those.
The next one is evades one of them, and then they can use their PDCs to swap the last one down, which is just...
Yeah, they evade the railgun.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes sense.
Yeah. Is it 13?
I'm just double checking.
Yeah, because it's 10 plus attacking ship sensors, so they're able to shoot down the torpedo.
One of them, right? But
one of them
still hit.
So one of them still hits.
Hit.
The setup attack hit.
Okay.
So
that's 3d6 plus 3.
So Highland, roll me 3d6 plus 3.
Yeah.
No, wait. Torpedoes are 46, guys.
They would be, but the setup. But this is the setup attack.
Oh, and it okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm rolling what?
3d6 plus 3.
Nice. Good job.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're gonna do the damage, but we'll figure that out here in a second. Let's do.
Yeah, we need to do our evasions as well.
Yes.
Where's
So
the 3 from?
From ship sensors.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
In this case, our TN, because we have E-War and the maneuver, our TN for all of this is 10.
Yeah. So
Wait, what are their sensors actually?
their sensors are 2.
Oh, our TN is 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, their sensors are still reduced.
So go ahead and give me an evasion check. 2 evasion checks there.
You got it.
And then also give me a myth. Give me another 3d6 plus 2 or plus 3.
There's 1.
Okay. You do 2. All right. Yep, you're good. You evade all the attacks, but managed to land an attack there. So the whole score, and okay, so this is where things get a little bit more wonky. So their whole score is 3d6 plus 1. So, roll the dice equal to damage. Its effect.
It wasn't a targeted attack. If damage remains after subtracting the whole total, so whatever they roll, the ship may suffer 1 or 2 losses to further reduce the damage. This is them soaking it.
Yeah.
1 loss reduces it by a d6 and imposes 2. 2 losses.
Okay, so they have to roll. Their defense was 9. You got a 16 on the attack.
So to even have a chance, they have to take 2. They have to roll 2d6,
2d6,
which is 4 losses.
4 losses. Oh.
Or 1 serious condition, which would be either weapons offline or reactor offline.
It's always funny when Paul's like, "You guys," it's like he gets mad at us for being good at the game.
Whether it's up to them whether they take 4 small or 1 big.
They'll take 4 small for this one.
Yes,
Ooh.
pepper them. Let's pepper them. I like
There's
pepper
nothing.
rather than a big chunk of cheese sometimes. You know?
Nope.
Oh no!
Oh nope. Means they take they're taken out from that hit, I believe.
Well, no, they can continue to try and soak, but we need to figure out what their initial 4 losses were.
Okay, so the initial 4 losses are. Go ahead and roll me 4d6, and I'll tell you what it is.
Who's rolling it? Okay, you got it.
Yep.
I'm the captain. I don't roll.
Oh no. Let's
I
hit
was gonna say
myth.
should roll, but
Roll 4d6. This will determine our damage.
yeah, each d6, the number matters. Okay, so a 5. Oh, 6 is I think a reroll. Yeah.
So reroll 1d6. So far the damage, weapons have been taking a damage. They have some collateral damage, 2 collateral damage, and the hull is taking damage. So collateral
Collateral's where their
damage.
cruise dies,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Their crew takes stress.
Oh yeah.
6,
They
right,
get
2d6.
hit.
Yeah, crew members in one compartment suffer 1d6 damage. If there's crew in multiple areas, the GM chooses which areas are affected.
Because you hit it twice, so you did 2d6, so 7 damage. Ow. Okay, and then you also did hull damage, -1 to hull score, so they have -1 to their hull. So next time they get hit, they have even less of a chance of soaking it.
Actium ain't nothing to f with.
And
their weapons
is -1.
And they still have 3 more damage to soak.
Oh yeah.
I love the ship.
Nope.
Mother.
So
2 more rolls on your part there. So 2d6 for you, Myth.
Okay. How did I do?
Oh, you
One
did
reroll.
great.
reroll the 6, but we got even more collateral.
All right. How about now?
Okay, more hull. So
More
Right.
hull. Okay. So essentially, like what you're rolling is like what attacks did what.
Yeah, I have
So-
no idea what happened.
oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Let's slow down for a second, both for Myth and the listeners.
Thank you.
Because we hit with a torpedo, we did
Mhm.
16 damage. They have to
Where did that
soak
come
that
from?
damage.
Oh, that was from me when I rolled this
Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
They have to deal with that damage. So they start by rolling their hull score to see how much of that it absorbs.
Hmm.
They got 9 on their hull roll, so they still needed to soak 7 damage, which is at which point they start taking losses. The number of dice they choose to roll to soak damage denotes how many losses they take. And
Got
if they fail to soak with what they rolled, they have to start rolling more dice.
Yeah.
Got it.
So as of now, they've had to roll 3 dice to soak. Every die they roll is
Is
also
2
2
losses.
losses, and they're not done soaking yet.
Okay.
So essentially, in story terms, that torpedo that you managed to maneuver into hitting them
Yes.
has done a lot of damage. It hit in a very weak spot for the ship. It's
Lots of
Flop-
secondary explosions.
explosions.
Fire
and,
going through inside the ship as
yeah,
well.
it's like essentially what happened
Penetrating
was
past the hull.
it went through the hull and it exploded inside the hull rather than exploding on the outside of the hull.
Gross.
So, yeah, lots of
all of those
meat
rolls
chunks.
were for the damage of 1 torpedo.
Of 1 torpedo. We're not even done yet because they still have to roll more. I
It's
believe.
essentially
have to soak-
suffering internal bleeding.
Yeah.
Torpedoes are brutal. You don't let a torpedo hit if you can avoid
Turns
it.
out-
That's the one thing you don't want to get hit.
Okay, that's terrifying.
Yeah, turns out your ship exploding in space is bad.
Yeah.
Turns out.
Who knew?
So they still have 2 damage to soak.
Yes.
I just noticed that I was muted.
Yeah.
Ah,
So they took that's the another damage to 7.
no one
Oh,
responding to me.
actually, sorry, I'm totally wrong. If damage remains after applying all losses, the target ship is taken out. Because they failed to soak it with the first set of dice, we win.
Yeah. So let's paint a story.
Dead.
Let me get comfortable.
It's just black, the blackness of space.
Shut up! I'm gonna see the picture.
So
Go ahead.
you guys are you're gunning it. They're gunning it behind you. They fire 2 torpedoes. You manage to avoid it or take out 1. You fire 1 back, and it misses, but you manage to maneuver it in a way so that it is able to turn back around and come back on the ship. So while they're paying attention to your second torpedo and your railgun shot firing through, and they're so super focused on trying to hit you, they miss. And they're able to take out your stuff. They don't see the torpedo coming in from behind them, impacting their drive section and going through the actual drive cones, or hitting the actual engine, breaking the engine, going into the engineering compartment, and exploding. So,
Of note, it is
Yes.
Sloane's choice whether the ship is destroyed or just helpless and floating.
I was just about to ask, like, are they destroyed?
it's your
or
choice. They are
helpless?
taken out. They can either be destroyed entirely, or
If you leave them, you know they will repair or get back.
I mean, we took out their drive. Repair is a slow process.
yeah.
That and like we already have enough like bad juju with the UN, and I don't want to like take out an entire crew on a destroyer. but I also want to gloat, so I'm gonna let them live.
Can I block their communications, like external?
Yes, you can give me a
Communications jam.
you can give me jam communications, which I believe is hacking check. Check that real quick.
I would like to. He's trying to jam it that way. I'm a little old-fashioned. I'd like to tea kettle over to where Highland can get a perfect shot with the PDCs on their communications array.
But before you do it, before you guys do that, let me send him a message.
I got a shot on the communications array. Should I take it?
I'm trying to send a message.
Pause that for a second, gentlemen.
Feeling everything sort of like slow down, Cass like it gets on his hand. I was like, "Did we win?"
We always win.
Not a fire up here.
Are they alive?
Yes. But she's gonna send a message to them before we take out communications arrays. She's gonna say, as you can see, Actium ain't nothing to fuck with. So yeah, she and then she also lets them know, hey, I'll let you live today, but next time I won't be so nice. Disengage, do not follow. We are on an aid mission. We have a UN diplomat child aboard.
Yeah.
So I may have just saved all of your careers, though I can't say that you have much to salvage at this point. Salutations, later tater, mama's gotta bounce. And then off we go.
You want to shoot their communications array?
Shoot the communications array after that.
Give me Highland, give me a 3d6 plus 3.
Leave their distress beacon intact.
I'm firing.
Yeah, you destroy their communications array.
Yeah,
So do I still need to hack?
Yes. Give me let's do an e-warfare for that one. Do 3d6 plus technology plus your sensors. If you beat it at 11, they're hacked because you've already destroyed their sensors and everything else like that.
Okay. So I got a 17.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
They're the only thing that's functioning for them right now is the distress beacon.
Okay. And with the distress beacon, which can go back home and phone home and stuff, because I rolled a 17 instead of 11, can I make it so that if they try, basically any external communications coming from the ship, can it come to my hand terminal instead, like video feed style?
You're basically hacked into their only distress beacon and know exactly how to. You basically left a little lead there, so you have all their communications leading
so
to you first.
essentially, I've routed their communication systems that if their entire ship essentially, if they try and beam out, it goes to my hand terminal.
Yeah, like if they somehow fix the array.
Yeah, it goes to my hand terminal.
All right.
For as long as is possible.
She's gonna look at Highland real quick and say, "Excellent
Bluetooth
shooting."
to communications array.
Thank you. I know how to pull a trigger.
And push a button.
Yeah, it was not hard. I believe it was.
And I start the acceleration back towards Ganymede.
All right. With that, we're going to call it the first episode. You guys are charging off towards Ganymede, having defeated a UN destroyer, which is impressive. Yeah.
I mean, we took out a stealth ship in the last session.
Yeah, but it was the same size as you.
I mean, it's all in a day's work.
So what I'm trying to say is
what
that
we do.
You're going to get a Doniger class battleship the next time you fight something.
It's going to be 2. That's going to be 3. Until we finally know our ceiling.
Yeah.
And at that point, we'll be screwed. So,
Paul, one day you're going to get learnt. One day you're going to get learnt. Just saying.
One day.
Well, one day.